merciful. Praise be to God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Show us the straight way. Show us mercy. As we gather here today, Lord, we come before you, that you guide us and show us the right way to proceed with our meeting. I pray this in your name. Thank you. Amen.
I will also request that we'll do the formal introductions once the guest is here, so that he can also appreciate where we are coming from. And so therefore I want to ask the Honorable Secretary to come and read the notice convening the meeting for us to start off. One sec.
Good morning, delegates. Good morning once again. I'm going to read the notice of this meeting. The notice is dated 9th March 2026, and it's addressed to all delegates, Harambee Savings and Credit Cooperative Society Limited. Dear Sir or Madam, reference, notice of the year 2026 Annual Delegates Meeting. Notice is hereby given that the 55th Annual Delegates Meeting of Harambee Deposit-Taking Cooperative Savings and Credit Society Limited will be held on Monday, 30th March 2026, that is today, from 9:30 a.m. at Safari Park Hotel, Nairobi, for the transaction of the following business. 1, to read the notice convening the meeting and determine if quorum is present. Number 2, to receive the chairman's report. Number 3, to receive the address by the guest of honor. Number 4, to adopt and confirm minutes of the 54th Annual Delegates Meeting held on 3rd March 2025 and discuss matters arising therefrom. Number 5, to receive and consider, and if approved, adopt the audited consolidated financial statements of the society for the year ended 31st December 2025. Number 6, approve distribution of surplus for the year 2025. Number 7, to receive the Treasurer's report and to approve the year 2026 revised budget and proposed budget for the year 2027. Number 8, to receive the Supervisory Committee's report. Number 9, to pass resolutions. Number 10, to amend the society's bylaws. Number 11, to appoint society's auditors for the year 2026. Number 12, elections. Last but not least, number 13, any other business for which 15 days notice has been given by the order of the board, signed by me, Colonel Stephen Nganga, Honorary Secretary of Harambee Sacco. Welcome to the meeting. Sorry. I have not finished. Can I have the proposer? Umwanda.
Member number 014889 is Umwanda, Chairman Bay. I propose adoption of the agenda.
Second, I prefer a lady. Where? Hey, okay. Sabina.
Pina Welimo, member number 4082. I second.
Okay, thank you very much and welcome to the meeting.
Okay, the next agenda is we are going to skip the address of the chairman, the address by the guest of honor. Then we move to the minutes, right? We go to the minutes of the 54th annual delegates meeting, and I want to confirm each one has a copy. Is there anybody who doesn't have a copy? All right, okay. Quickly. Okay. As they work to project, they are working to project, but we can just go. We start with page 1. Anything you need for her to change or anything left there? That's page 1. Page 2. Page 3. If you can't see from the screen, use the copies that we have given you. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. We have the 12 highest deposit savers all the way. Then page 7. Up to page 7, then we have at the bottom the address by the guest of honor. Page 8 all the way up to page 10. Then we went to vote of thanks and confirmation of the minutes. Page 11, we have the presentations of the 2024 consolidated audited accounts and distribution of surplus. Page 11, page 12, we have the capital budget for the year, and then the revenue budget, and then we have page 13, supervisory report, the resolutions and the power to borrow, and the charge. Those are resolutions. And then number 14 was the resolution for indemnity, and then elections. And then 15, we have the election results, all the way 16 up to 17, and then 18, those who are elected, and then finally appointment of auditors, and then any other business. I'm sure that is what we discussed last year. So can I have a proposer and a seconder so that we go to matters arising? Fred.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm member number 54413, Fred Chigoli, Chairman Mombasa. I propose.
Okay, who seconds? Abdia here from Garissa.
Member number 0140244, Garissa branch, Amina Sharif, I second.
Okay, any issue on the minutes or any issue that you need us to address or something you have picked? Any issue from the minute? Matters arising? Okay. If you're okay, the next agenda, are the auditors here? George, are the auditors here? What? They need to be here. They need to be here. Can you sound them? We go to supervisory report. Yes? Oturi? Yep.
We do not have the hard copies with us. And if they were sent online, none of us received them.
Of the minutes?
Yes.
You don't have?
No. I'm saying if they were sent online, we did not receive them, all of us. Number two, it is good to have the minutes hard copy.
Okay, let me see by show of hand to those who don't have minutes, the copies. Okay, let me see who have. Yes, Odinga.
Bwana Chairman, Kenya delegates walipata wote ni message kwa simu kwamba zimetumwa kwa email. Hiyo tulipata kila mtu. Ukienda kwa email hakuna kitu. Wenye walipata wengine wakijaribu kufungua haifunguki. Walijaribu kuraise pahali kwamba wasaidiwe, lakini sijui kama walisaidika. So mpaka sasa.
Okay. Odinga, let me see how I sort out that. Let me see how I sort that, then we go. Commander, what is it?
Thank you, Chairman. For the purpose of the records, when you look at minute number 7, my membership number was captured as 00148, which is not correct. So my correct number is 0014889. Thank you.
I hope the Secretariat is speaking that, but I want to stop there on the issue of the minutes, because even the projection, I can see it is not clear. All right? Let's see how we deal with that. Let's see how we deal with that. Now, do you have the supervisory report? Can you check whether we have that? You have the accounts. Page 24 of the accounts. This book. That is where the supervisory report is. Page 20, page 24. Are you ready? Okay, the auditors have just come in, so let's deal with the accounts. Let me invite them to, is it the treasurer? Okay. Come and do it, George. So let's do the accounts instead of the supervisory report, because they are here so that you don't keep them here.
CPA, first of all, welcome. We are happy to have you with us. You want to present it from the booklet? Oh, okay. Okay, JR. JR, you are in the house? Yes, please. So we will ask our Chief Finance Officer just to walk us through the numbers. Then from the auditor, we will get the opinion whether they saw the numbers, they are related to Harambee or not. Don't clap. He is not a politician. I know you are tempted to clap. Come in.
Thank you. Good morning. Our financial accounts, we go to page 66. So page 66 and 67, we are presenting the consolidated. 66 is consolidated. That is the operation of the society plus subsidiary, which is the Harambee Insurance Agency. Then page 67, that is the society alone. So the income, statement of profit and loss, and other comprehensive income. We made, I'll be brief so that to save on time. Total interest income, that was 3.3 billion compared to 3.1 the previous year. Then we have investment income, 4.1 and 414 million compared to 331 in 2024. Then fees, 437 million compared to 439. Then other income, 427 compared to 807 in 2024. Then expenses, we have the marketing, 251 million compared to 156. Staff cost, 591 compared to 536. Administration cost, 937 million compared to 1.2 billion the previous year. Governance, 447 million compared to 387. Other operating expenses, 91 million compared to 82 in 2024. Then movement in expected credit loss, that is 461 compared to 625 in 2024. Then finance cost, these are the cost of borrowing and others, 508 compared to 621 in 2024. Then we have a gain that we made from investment property, 48 million compared to 307. So total profit before tax, we made 1.6 billion compared to 1.4 in 2024. Then there was expenses for tax, 268 million compared to 203 in 2024. Then profit after tax, 1.4 billion compared to 1.1 the previous year. So there was an increase in profit after tax. Then there was a gain on fair value gain on equity investment. There was an increase of 785 million compared to 188 in the previous year. 785 compared to 188. Then deferred tax, so we deduct the deferred tax related to that fair gain, 235 million compared to 56. And then from there, so other total other income and net asset, 540 compared to 203 the previous year. Then the total comprehensive income for the year, 1.95 billion compared to 1.4 billion. So the other figures in the consolidated, the statement at page 66, they are similar to this only on a few areas. So I'll go to the statement of financial position, which is on page 68, which you normally call the balance sheet. So in 2025, the various assets that we had, the cash and cash equivalent, 942 million. The previous year, there was a reinstatement, 477. Then receivables and repayment, 513 compared to 400 million. Due from related parties, 53 million compared to 58. Then loans advanced to members, 34.2 million compared to 32 the previous year. Consumables, 4 million, 4.2 million. Equity investment, these are the investment that we have, Corp Holding, Cooperative Bank, CIC, 2.3 billion compared to 1.5 the previous year. Then property investment, 433 compared to that is similar in 2024. The intangible assets, 45 million compared to 50 million the previous year. Investment property, 1.3 billion compared to 1.8. Then property and equipment, 1.2 compared to 727. Then the rights of use of assets, 39 million compared to 35. Then our total asset increased from 37 billion to 41.2 in 2025. The liabilities, interest on members, interest to members and honoraria, 2.3 compared to 2.2 previous year. Payables, 275 compared to 482. Taxable income, 123 million compared to 81. Then member savings and deposits, these are all your member savings, were 27.5 billion. The previous year, it was 26.2. Then external borrowing, 2.5 compared to 2.3 the previous year. Contract liabilities, 43 million compared to 42. Lease, 43 compared to 41. Deferred tax, 302. The previous year, it was 66. Then total liabilities were 33 billion, and the previous year were 31. Then equity. Equity, share capital. These are share capital. Most of you, majority of members have 30 minimum. So the previous year, it was 2.5. There was an increase to 2.9 in 2025. Then revaluation reserves, the figure remained the same, 85 million. Fair value of reserves, these originate from the revaluation of the shares that we have, Corp Holding and Cooperative Bank, 1.3 billion compared to 750 the previous year. Credit risk, 1.4 compared to 34 million. Then statutory reserves, we are supposed legally to transfer 20% of our profit or our surplus to statutory reserve. So it increased from 1.5 to 1.8 billion in 2025. Then retained earnings increased from 741 to 1.3 in 2025. Then proposed dividend, the previous year, we had a dividend of 378. This year, it is going up to 440. Total equity increased from 6.0 billion, that is in 2024, to 8.0 billion, an increase of about 2 billion. Then total equity and liabilities, 4.1, 41.2, compared to 37 in 2026. The statement of financial position, page 69, is for the society alone. The difference, the just small difference compared to the consolidated. Then on page 40, page 70, this is a statement of equity, how our funds, the various changes in share capital, evaluation, credit risk, statutory, proposed, and retained earnings. We call it a statement of changes of equity. For the consolidated, that is on page 70. Then page 71 is for the society alone. Then on page 73 and 72, we represent the cash flow. Cash and cash equivalent. I just go to the total. Net cash that was generated from operation. Last year it was 541 million compared to 672. Then cash from investment activity, which we have dividend received, purchase of intangible asset. The net cash was 291 million compared to 161. So there was an increase of 291. Then cash from financing activities, which the financing activities being a dividend paid to members, repayment of liens liability, and all those, including borrowings. The net cash was 300. Cash outflow was 341 million compared to 1.4 the previous year. And net increase in cash and cash equivalent was 464 million compared to cash outflow of 585. Then bring in cash from the previous year, we get the cash at the end of the year, which is equivalent to what we have in our balance sheet on page 68 That is cash and cash equivalent. Then if you go to note, the notes from page 64, we give various items or notes, but more important is from page 101, where we're giving now the breakdown of the various items. If you look at the notes, for example, if you are to go to your consolidated profit and loss account, consolidated statement of profit and loss on page 66 and again on 67, now you'll be able to get now the breakdown of the various items. For example, note 6, if you look at note 6, the 5.5 billion, 5 billion, that is interest income on loan and losses, the 5.5 billion, you can get it now from the consolidated item. If you go to note 7, it gives now the breakdown of the 2.2. If you want now to see what is the investment income, what was the composition, for example, note 8, on page 101, you'll see dividend that we receive from Corp Holding. We also have, that is 339 million. Cooperative insurance, we got 5.8 billion. Cooperative bank, we got 8.3 million. Then KenGen, about 371. Then interest income from other financial institution, that is 571. Plus now other rental income that comes 414. So the notes that are given here, the breakdown is given in the other pages. Again, if you look at the balance sheet, that is a consolidated statement of financial position. For example, on page 68, I want to see note 18. The note 18 will give you the breakdown of cash and cash equivalent. Note, for example, on note 23, you'll find it on page, that is on page 110, where we are presenting the balances of the various loan items, which now total gives what we have in our balance sheet. For note 22, equity and investment, if you go to note 22, that will see the various investment that we have in Cooperative Bank, Corp Holding, and the others. So the breakdown are given in the other pages. I probably want to leave it that. If probably there are other questions, then we'll be ready to answer. Thank you. I will invite the external auditor to read the auditor's opinion.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, members, invited guests, Madam Director, both the directors actually, Chairman, the board members, CEO, management, and of course, all the members. I'm Dipesh. I'm the engagement partner for Harambee Sacco, and I'm the one who's really signed the opinion. I will be reading from page 60 to page 65. So this is the independent auditor's report for the year ended 31st December 2025. To the members of Harambee DT Savings and Credit Cooperative Society Limited and its subsidiary, report on audit of consolidated and separate financial statements. So the report essentially starts with the opinion. We have audited the accompanying consolidated and separate financial statements of Harambee DT Savings and Credit Cooperative Society Limited and its subsidiary, together the group, as set out from pages 66 to 124, which comprise the group and society's statement of financial position as at 31st December 2025, and the consolidated and separate statements of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, the consolidated and separate statements of changes in equity and consolidated and separate statements of cash flow for the year then ended, and the notes of these financial statements, including material accounting policy information. In our opinion, the accompanying consolidated and separate financial statements give a true and fair view of the financial position of the group and society as of 31st December 2025, and of their financial performance and their cash flow for the year then ended in accordance with IFRS accounting standards as issued by the International Accounting Standards Board and the requirements of Kenya Sacco Societies Act 14 of 2008, the Kenyan Cooperative Societies Act Cap 490, and the society's bylaw as applicable. The basis of the opinion, essentially we follow international standards on auditing, and that's what we've complied with along with our ethics code. Key audit matters. These are matters which we think are of highly importance for the society, and they are not issues that we are highlighting. They are essentially the matter is described and what it is and how we have dealt with it. So essentially allowance for expected credit loss. This is the provisioning of loans. The reliance on ICT systems, very important for the financial reporting. Valuation of investment properties, describing the matter and how it has been really dealt with, and then determination of fair view on unquoted equity investments. The opinion goes further to talk about other information and responsibilities of directors and management, responsibilities of the auditors on page 64, and then report on other matters prescribed by the Kenyan Sacco Societies Act number 14 of 2008. And thereafter it's signed by me on 9th of March 2026. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, John, and the auditors. Those are the financial accounts for 2025, and I would request we have a proposer and a seconder so that we can be able to interrogate and to give us feedback on what the auditors and John has been able to present for any clarification. So, can I get a proposer? Give any, either TT or Ken. When the mic, you are letting us down. The mics are not working.
Member number 9779, Nyandarua branch, I propose.
Okay, seconder. Mureithi down there. No, wait for the mic. Please, what is happening? Huh?
Member number 14, 803, Cabinet Branch, Charles G. Mureithi, I second.
Okay, we go to questions. Any questions that you want, any clarification you want from? Welcome. Any question that you want to get from us, Monene, and the auditors, we can start off. I can see the hand of Omwanda. Yeah.
Thank you, Chairman. I have a question on page 68 of the accounts. There is a clause which is saying credit risk reserve, which has gone up from 34 million to 144 million. May I get to know what happened or why is this so? Thank you.
All right. Credit loss provisions, next. Another question? Huh? Oh, Onyona. Okay. I can't see him, he's hiding. Onyona, where are you hiding? Okay. Go ahead.
Thank you, Sir Chair. Mine is a clarification on page 67. Page 67. Hello?
Yes.
Page 67 under note 26. Fair value gains on investment property. There you can see there is a big difference. In 2024, it was in 2025, okay, it shows 48 million.
So you're asking the difference between 2024 and 2025, yeah?
Yeah, there's a
big difference?
Yes.
All right.
I've tried to understand in note 26, but maybe I can be helped.
Yeah. You'll get an explanation. Next. Even the accountants in the house, Ken. Fred. That is Omido. Okay, we have Omido there.
I'm not an accountant. I have a concern.
Yes.
The auditor, please. There is this issue of impairment, loan impairment, and risk of default. You realize that nowadays, the guarantors get information that there is a default even before month has, because payrolls get closed at different periods as per different departments, okay? So realize that a loan has been given before the month elapses, guarantors get notice for default. What is the advice? Because this scares the guarantorship. What is the advice of the auditor?
All right. Omido, that is George and the team, not for the auditors, because that is internal, but you'll get an answer. Another person before? Yes, Ken?
Mine is in a very simple way, Auditor. I can see we did business last year, and most of our money that we are expecting to take to our members, even after doing the business, we can see that most of the money is going on finance cost. That is item number 17 on page 67. That is a society statement of profit and loss. We can see that 508 is going on finance cost. I hope auditors, you've been able to give professional advice so that we can reduce on that and have money go back to the pockets of our members than when we spend this much. If at all it's to offload some of the properties that we have so that we can bring money to do the business that we have of making money, that we can do that. Thank you so much, and I trust that you're going to advise our society in a clear way so that we can be able to make, when we do business, we don't also have a lot of costs that we incur in terms of finance cost. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Another question? Okay, Kenyungu. Oliver, can you address this issue of Mike? Okay.
I con 60. A deposit of members.
Okay, another question before we answer that? Okay. So the first question was on credit loss provision, and I will ask John to deal with that. And also can also deal with the fair gains on investment. Then we have Omido on the issues of impaired loans, the issue of guarantors getting notification before the member or within a very short period. Then Ken has asked an advice from the auditors. I think Dipesh should be able to comment on that. Then we go to Kinyungu, who is asking about the borrowing. And I think, Kinyungu, for yours, you remember we talked about, if you look at the breakdown, the cash flow, the comprehensive income, you can see the income which came from, we generated from the dividend advance. So we had to take some amount of money to accommodate members who wanted dividend in advance. So that is when we got an additional borrowing of 300 million, which has gone to generate almost 159 million. But Monene also will be speaking about that. So we start with Monene and then we go to the auditors. John.
Thank you. There was a question on credit risk. That is on fair value. That is on page 37 million, 34, sorry. Now, we implemented, we are required to prepare financial statements in accordance with the international standards. We implemented IFRS 9, that is in 2024, and fully in 2025. And when we implemented that model, most of our loans that were classified were probably appearing as performing. The model reclassified them as performing. So that made an increase in provision for loan loss. So when you compare, we are required to provide, SASRA has its own model, but also International Accounting Standard has its own model. So when you compare the two, there's a difference. The difference between what the IFRS 9 gives and what SASRA gives, SASRA model gives, that difference is what we call now the credit risk reserve. So there was an increase last year, and that's why the figure increased. If we look at our accounts in 2023, going backward, we didn't have this reserve because we were not implementing that standard, IFRS 9. So after a full implementation last year, our provision first went up, but also the difference between what SASRA requires page 27, no, 758. The last line, loan delinquency. You can see there's an increase in the loan delinquency from 2.7 to 9.7 because of that application of that standard. We are supposed to be below 5%, but we to ensure that we reduce from 9.7 to below 5%. As required by the regulator. Now, the other question was on the fair value. There's a fair value of 48 million, while the figure went down. That is note 26. Let's go to note 26. Note 26 is on page 113. So we have assets that we classify as investment property. For example, the Harambee Plaza, the building that we occupy. We have the land in Siaya, Kisumu, but also there's a land that is in Kisumu, and then we have houses in Nyali. Now those houses were revalued last year, and on revaluation, you can see Kisumu value increased from 100 million. There was an increase of 5 million, so it went to 105. Then Siaya property initially was valued at 40 million. There was an increase of 35 million, and that brought the figure to 75. Then the houses in Nyali, initially we were carrying a value of 240 million, and there was an increase of 8 million. So the total value by the end of the year was 248. So the gain, that gain of 5 million, 35, and 8 million give us the 48 that is recorded as the gain in fair value. Now the previous year, there was an increase. If we look at the previous year, just below the next line, 2024 Group and Society, Harambee Plaza, the value had increased from 1.2 to 200. It increased by 220 million. Kisumu land had increased by 42 million, and Nyali property had increased by 40 million. That's why you have 333. But in 2025, the value of the society property, the building, did not increase in value. But also again, we reclassified a portion because we are occupying, there are floors that we are occupying as the society. The others are generating income. So why it is called investment income? Because it generates rent. So we disclassified the part of the building and land relating to where we occupy from investment property that is under IS 16, and that is given on the page. Look at page 114. Just the next page, 114. You can see property and equipment. The portion, the floors that the society occupies, that is about that is not classified as investment property. That is classified under property and equipment. And you can see the plaza, the value of the land, and plaza, the value of the building, the portion that we occupy. So we disclassified, and that's why you can see the figure that is presented on page 113 of 1.2 going down to 944 in 2025. So that gain of those assets is what we are giving as gain fair value, that is 444. Then there was a question on finance cost. Why it is high. If you look at our members' deposits, and that is given on page 115, note 28. There was an increase from 2024. You look at the group from 26.2 to 27.5, about an increase of 1.3 billion. But compared to the increase in loans, if you look at the loan increase, that is on page note 23, 110. Page 110. See the increase in loans from 32 billion to 35. Increase of close to 3 billion. So members, money comes in 1.3, but gave out loans more than 3 billion net. So we are finding ourselves in a financial constraint. So the money we are getting from members is not enough to give out in terms of loans. But we must give loans as they come. So what we have, some of the time we have to rely on financing. So true, we have borrowing, but again, we are working towards reducing borrowing. We are borrowing, the total borrowing, and again the cost of borrowing in 2024. But we also expect members, or we expect members also to make sure that they pay their loans in due time. And again, they increase their deposits, increase their share capital, so that we're able to generate income internally or cash flow that we're able to give out as loans. Otherwise, at times we are constrained and we are forced to go to external funding in order to finance our operation. Then, so this year, I expect the loan balance to come down. Again, expect the cost of borrowing to come down in 2026. We already put measures in place that reduce the borrowing and also the cost of borrowing. Then, I think the other question was for the auditor. Yes, that's one I was going to talk about, 1.3 billion.
Thank you. And it's very good to hear questions so that management answer you, and it's very important you get that clarity. Regarding the point around finance cost and advice, I think there's a lot of engagement we've had with management, led by the CEO, as well as the audit committee chair, Mr. Matei, and the chair, the committee itself, and the board. So we are giving a lot of points for management to really consider, the board to really consider, either in terms of monitoring, controlling the expenditure as well as the borrowing. And I believe we also track the recommendations that we give. So to answer your question, I believe, and probably Chair and Chair of Audit Committee can second that, but from the side of receiving that advice. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I think from there, delegates we have picked. We take cognizance of the question Ken asked. But as board and management, there's something we balance. One is service to our members. Are members going to come for loans and we tell them to wait for 3 months? No, that one we said we can't do that. Number two, the deposit we are also collecting, they are not also cheap. Because if you are paying a dividend of, an interest on dividend of 9%, you also have to compensate them so that they give you money to work in. So if members and shareholders can give us more money, then we'll reduce that issue. But we have to keep a balance. When we are short of cash, because like for example, today once we finish, every member is waiting when that portal for the dividend is going to be opened, right? So how much do you think, like when they came for dividend advance already, out of the 2.8 billion, already 1.2 billion is already, it's gone. Wamekula ina advance. So the balance of that of 1.6 will also disappear between tonight, from midnight, and tomorrow. So we are in a business whereby you have to look at the customer first and see what we can do for the customer to be happy. Because if a customer comes for a loan and you tell him to is at between 9 and 10, 11% cost of funds, all right? So I don't expect any other. We don't discussion with the auditor, and there are so many other issues, their recommendations, and we are taking them to ensure that we balance that. Because if that 548 can be eliminated, I'm sure saizi tungekuwa tumemaliza mkutano, si ndio? That's where we are going. All right? So if there is no other question, can we finish the issue of distribution of the surplus for 2025? And then we also adopt the report of Treasurer and approval of the budget. The budget is not distribution of surplus. Accounts we adopted is distribution of surplus for 2025. So can I get a proposer and a seconder so that we have Rashid here, and then we have Kano at the corner. You start here. Start with Rashid here.
Member number 1 equals 031. Mohammed Rashid Kilifi proposing.
Thank you. We good? Thank you. With that, before we go to the next agenda, I don't know whether I need to go and pick the guests. So you give us just 1 or 2 minutes. He's here. I give him so that we continue, and then we'll continue with our program.
records for this year, 2026. I hope that is clear. Thank you.
Kazi inaanza. Lazima iwako. Okay. We have our chief guest here. And before we go to the program, I want we start with the national anthem. So we stand, all of us. Okay. Okay, let's get seated. Let's get seated. Our chief guests, these are the delegates, the board of directors, and our invited guests for our event today. And I want quickly, we just do introduction, which is a part we left. We've already done with the accounts. And we'll proceed from there once we deal with the opening proceedings. So I want to start by introduction, and I'll call by region. I want to start with the Nairobi region. Just stand so that Nairobi region. Those are the delegates who represent the members in Nairobi. You can get seated. Then we have Northeastern. Thank you. We go to Western. We go to Nyanza region. All right, we go to Rift Valley, Bonde la Ufa. Karibuni, karibuni. Okay, we go to Eastern. Central region. Coast. I hope I have not left any region. Okay? All right. Okay. I want also we observe a minute of silence in honor of our delegate, Evans Nyakundi Nyamari, who was a delegate and he passed on 22nd December 2025. We were with him in February when we had a meeting. So kindly let's stand for a minute of silence. May his soul rest in peace. Okay, after that, I'll get now to introduce the team behind you, our guests. I will start with the vice chair of the Sacco, Millicent Smith, to treasurer, the national treasurer, Lola Gatwiri, and I go to ONSEC, behind here. Then I'll go to Luke Mwindi, director. Jackton, Rosemary James is here. I have Luke Prono. Is can not yet. Okay. Then I have members of the supervisory led the chairman, Mr. Yamo, Joseph Yamo. And I have Mr. Mbugwa. All right. Before I go to George, our guest peers, we have some invited Nairobi County. Also Director Cooperatives, Nairobi County, Dolphin Aremo. I have Rosaline Mwithiga from the Sub-County Cooperative. And then I have other invited guests which I want to introduce. I want to start with Mr. Makori. Mr. Makori works with the our special delegate. I have James Kamau from Kanyonyo, APTC, the commandant. Also Richard Nyakenengo, representing the CEO from CIC. And I have my brother there from KDF. Yeah, very useful, very useful. I have Mutwaruyu from together with Kilonzi from Sacco Banking. Then I have Mr. Lomwatu, also a special from Cusco, two ladies here. All right. I have also Mulei down here. Where is Afando Wino? Okay. I want Daniel to stand. Right there. Yeah. To the CS, Edward Modibo. Was an MD from Cusco. He has come to train you, some of you, the delegates. Yeah, Cusco, have I introduced them? I've introduced the two beautiful girls here. Okay. So let me call George to come.
Kindly rise up. We can start. Sophie is heading marketing. Then Tikuish, that is our labor manager. I'll deal with you. Okay. Then there is Gladys. Gladys is the CS, the company secretary. Then John, I'm sure you heard John's voice a few minutes ago. John is the head of finance, we call it Chief Finance Officer. Then Michael is the head of risk. Then Elizabeth takes care of people and culture. Then David heads our procurement. Then we have Gideon takes care of our credit operations. Then we also have another Gladys takes care of Fossa. At the door or on the other side, Frida, sorry. There is Frida. If you've seen any beautiful booklets and whatever, so Frida heads our marketing and operations. Then on the other side, we have Francis. Francis heads our audit section. Then head of ICT is called Daniel. And security is one of our newest employees. He joined us recently. Joseph takes care of our security. We could be having some somewhere.
Yes, Orifa is here.
Oh yeah. So for social media, there is a lot going on social media even now. Can you wave, please? I know you are more on social media. There is no problem in waving. Yeah? Okay. So they are the ones who take care of our social media. On my side, I think I've identified everybody. I know there are a few outside taking care of one or two other activities. I still remain the group global CEO, George Ochiri.
Thank you, George. In short, we call him Gigi. You gave him that name, you remember? All right. So our guests, this is the team. It's a very cohesive team we've been able to build to ensure that we move our Sacco to the next level. And I want to kindly invite you today, and we are very happy to have you today to preside over. I know I've not introduced the Commissioner for Cooperatives, but I'll be giving him a chance to speak, and he will be able to introduce himself as we proceed. All right, our guest of honor, the PS, Ministry of Cooperatives and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Development, Mr. Patrick Clemi, the Commissioner for Cooperative Development, David Obonyo, the Chief Officer, Cooperatives, Nairobi County, Mr. Mutiso, County Director of Cooperatives, Nairobi County, Dolphin Officer, Stare, Rosaline Mithiga, colleague directors, Dr. George Ochiri, CEO, Harambee DT Sacco, officials from the Ministry of Cooperatives, Nairobi, representative from the Cooperative Bank, Marube from CIK, delegates, members of the staff of Harambee, all to Harambee DT Sacco. 25, the Kenyan economy was experienced inflation eased to a low single digit. And the Kenyan shillings are strengthened to around 129 to 130 against the dollar. However, in the same year, high tax burdens and high debt servicing costs and tight fiscal space limited the growth within the economy, remaining at a substantial risk of
debt distress. While micro conditions have improved locally, households have faced reduced purchasing power due to high taxes, and business face tight credit conditions. The government has continued to focus on the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, including agriculture, affordable housing, and digital acceleration. Despite the operating in an increasing harsh economic environment, coupled with global and regional geopolitical disruptions, which raise the costs of doing, as Harambee DT remains our guest, our 2025 annual consolidated speak volumes about our agility and sturdiness as an institution. As we look at our vitals as an institutions have gotten better, and this, the society's core capital to total asset ratio now stands at 14.8, down from 12.2, up from 18.5 in 2020, billion in 2024. And our loan book, 34.27 billion in 2020. But a sustainable one. Return on interest on deposit of 10%. But in order to build a strong, by enabling the society to open more settlements and take more businesses. The board is proposing a payment of an interest in deposit of 9.1% in 2025, up against 9% that was paid in 2024. This is not what the shareholders expected, but the board will continue to work towards paying the highest return on investment, but also ensure that the returns are sustainable by maintaining a healthy, capitalized institution. Our guests of honor, sir, we had a growth of 6,996 new members who joined the Sacco in 2025 against our target of 5,000 new members that we had set out to achieve. And we saw 2,400 exit due to different reasons, key among which was retirement and constrained earnings. The society revenue grew from 6.7 billion to 7.1 billion. This growth was supported by growth in loans and advances from 5.17 billion to 5.595 billion. Investment income grew by 314, 570, 469. In the year under review, the society continues to develop the capacity of the various teams that are very key and crucial to the growth of the society. Delegates were capacity built in order to equip them with skills which will enable them to be more effective in carrying out their duties. Directors were also trained on how to run a profitable business. 3 directors underwent the DE program, including the CEO, in different stages, and they are now in their different stages of their project completion. Our staff members were not left out. Both customer-facing and back-office staff were trained on various areas to reinforce and improve on their capacity to deliver on their mandate. Under the year 2025, we also had a meeting for Millionaires Breakfast and Wafanisi. Millionaires brings together the highest savers in our Sacco, and our Wafanisi, they are members who have retired, and PS, as we talk now, their loan book is over $1 billion, and their lowest NPL position of 2.5%. That is a very impressive discussing, and in our bylaws this year, we'll be proposing so that we also entrench them in the bylaws, include them in the leadership of the institution. The society held. Simply put, these sessions were a success. to ensure we reach out to every member across the country. Third round of the team you gave me, delegates. This is a winning team. For their zeal, approach to matters of Sacco and growth is very impressive. Which already a quarter of it is done. Strategic plan came to an end last year, and we have our strategic plan 2026. Document, we have 7 key areas that we will be focusing on. 1, be looking at governance, and the last one will be branch banking. All these items, our chief guests, we have been able to discuss them with the delegates through the regional meetings that we had in Mombasa, presenting these meetings, and we got a lot of support from them. They have given us the feedback in terms of what they want us to look at it, and we are key to implement that. In order also to achieve what we have set to achieve this year, we will be proposing some budgets. We will ask you, delegates, to approve across the country. We are proposing to have a satellite area that we feel there is business. Number 2, the location of our head office, the Parliamentary Square, is very constraining. It's very controlled, and our members are finding it very difficult to assess us. The board is proposing to open a branch in the CBD so that our members, especially those who don't come from the public service, are able to access our services and also their head office with ease. Number 2, we are also looking to open another branch in Utawala, a very big catchment area. A feasibility study has been undertaken, and the regulator has given us approval for that. What we are looking for a premises to ensure that we start off that branch. Those 2 branches will be very key for our members from out of common bond to ensure that they don't feel that they are left out. We are also proposing to amend the society's bylaw to accommodate out of common board members whose loan book is now $1 billion and with the lowest nation non-performing rate. And we kindly request delegates to support our proposed capital and revenue budget to enable the actualization of all what we have set to do in the year. The way ahead has never been easy, delegates. We are here today because of making a bold baby steps, and at 55 years, Harambee DT Sacco is now where we wanted it to be. Mature institution that is resilient enough to face the present, prepare for the future, and boldness with confidence. We will be setting targets, starting with the chairman of the board, in terms of the number of members that you'll be bringing, and also the accounts, and also business account. Our guests, we have already detailed the governance committee. They'll be calling delegates on each month to see what we are in terms of growth, and as an institution, we have given a target of 25,000 new members in 2026, which is a very, very stretching target, but we feel and understand that we are able to achieve that. As we approach 2026, much is expected of us, and much we will achieve together as a team. Every member of our club must play their role with favor, dedication, and diligence. The board is working in tandem with the management and must meet the expectations and aspirations of our membership and the society as large. On behalf of the board, I most sincerely wish to take this opportunity, our guests, to thank the Minister of Cooperatives, the support you've given us in terms of policy, guidance, and also standing tall in terms of the reforms that the ministry is proposing, the regulator, SASRA, in terms of enforcing regulatory framework to ensure that a shilling in Sacco is a safe a shilling in the bank. All the apex bodies, starting with the CAK, Cooperative Bank, CIC, Cusco, Thank you for the support that you've granted us under the. Look forward for more support this year, because where we are, our members, may God bless you. And now allow me to invite, and the commissioner will be able to usher in.
Thank you very much. PS in charge of cooperatives, commissioner, the county government represented by the chief officer, delegates, good morning. I came with a team. Kindly stand so that you can also be recognized. They'll be taking you through elections today. Yeah, kindly come and just stand and just wave. Yeah, those are the officers from the county. I had enough time with you in Mombasa. Wangapi walikuwa Mombasa? And for gracing this occasion within the required time. I know the commissioner is here. He'll be talking a lot more about.
Our chief guest, the PS Cooperatives, State Department of Cooperatives, to the CS Matters Cooperative Bank representative, you've done in the year under review. We have seen a lot of improvement. The year under review. We have seen a lot of improvement. We have seen almost in every. Just to point that the loan book at 34 billion and the deposits at 20. The loan book at 34 billion and the deposits at 27 billion, 7 billion. It means the chairman and his board is able to find money beyond your deposits so that they can be able to lend out to you. The growth or recruiting members is the right thing to do if the Sacco is to achieve and keep to its lane of duty, that is lending and increasing lending to members, because new members come with new deposits. Chairman, as you stated, as you do your strategic plan, a lot of emphasis needs to be put on governance, information technology, and key, very key, to re-emphasize chief guest, growing the membership of the Sacco. The role of delegates is an extension of the board. So when you're out there, your work is to bring in new members and to ensure that they meet their requirements in terms of taking loans and also repaying. That's the only way this Sacco can grow. Chief guests, I want to appreciate the role played by the national government, despite cooperatives being devolved, and also the collaboration and the partnership that exists between Nairobi County government and also your office. We have been able to work very closely to make Saccos operate in a better way. With those few remarks, you can see Chief Guest is looking at me. I went with him to another place, and there was a speech that was almost 100 pages, and he was almost complaining. So allow me to invite the commissioner, that he can invite the chief guest. Thank you very much. Wishing you all the best on the remaining agendas.
Thank you, the Chief Nairobi City County, Mr. Chochi Mutiso, for those kind and words. Our chief guest today, Patrick Kiremi, the principal of this great Sacco. Even now, you are now among the your rightful position. And Mr. Macron Maronza, And as well, you know, you are very privileged that is the chairman of CAK, the umbrella body of the cooperative movement in this country, and also the vice chair of ICA Africa. Am I correct here? Yeah, Vice President of ICA Africa. Acting. After now, the simwombe hiyo kiti awe confirmed. Chairman, naonekana hiyo maombi. Na ikifika ukumbuke commissioner alisema maombi iwekwe. Your board, supervisory, daktari, mnamaita hiyo CEO haukuleta for ratification. I'm yet to receive it. And your staff, especially the senior managers who are here, who are working very tirelessly to make sure that this Sacco is actually back on track. You know where you came from? And now we are happy. Good sister of mine. Invited guests, I can see we have quite a number, both from our national cooperative organization, including CAK, GoBank, Cusco, CIC. Good morning. Hamchambo. Yeah. Chairman, I'm very happy, and maybe from the word go, let me say that our cooperatives, especially Saccos in this country, we are really being very innovative, very creative, and I think we are nearly taking off. The other day, I was in a meeting. Their annual report, you know, it's not what we used to have, just the audited financial statements. But now you can see we have a whole book with a lot of information. This book, if you find time to go through it, tutorial part of it, but the other Sacco, they had an ego. And they, oh, it is boring. But it means, when I capture now what I saw yesterday, last week, it means all our Saccos actually are prepared to take off. It's an evil. It means we want to transform lives of Kenyans. Way, I think it resonates well that we are now headed to, because already we are already on board. Key pillars in governance. This is the forum where key decisions are always. Last year's performance, there is improvement. County governments are receiving from national government as transfers. One thing I want to mention is that as you are committed, I would like us to avoid, and please note this, avoid target dividends, interest, and a return to a point that we push the management and the board, some who are not well farmed up, they may decide to massage the books. The point I want to address is this. I know anybody who invests money in form of either deposit in a Sacco, you expect at least some return. But let that return be attainable return. Let it not be you yourself, together with the board, much. If the integrity is not good, so I'm urging you, delegates, let us get good returns, but let those returns be realistic returns that can be reflected. I know this year a lot of, and I'm happy that the regulator is putting a lot of evidence that are being paid. It is what has been. And I want to challenge you, Chair and delegates. If it could be your own business, what is the need of paying high dividends and yet you have? What is the need of paying high dividends when there are members who have applied loans and it is taking a week or so to get the loan? What is the need of paying high dividend and you have members who have expressed interest to withdraw and they are not getting back their deposit? I know this case may not be in Harambee, but this is the situation that is happening to some of your sister Saccos. I would wish to see one time when Saccos will give loans at a very cheap rate of interest so that members can be able to access big loans that they can go and invest to enhance their economic well-being. The primary reason why people join a Sacco is to access affordable loan that they cannot access from any other alternative financial institution. Let us not make our loans very expensive simply because we want to pay high dividends. Hapo mmenipata? Number two, as our Saccos are growing, right now I'm happy you are about an asset base of about 42 billion. You know, as you grow, there are also some other risks that comes in. I've gone through your booklet and I can see you have a whole freight department on risk management, which is very important. And this is one of the very key departments that can be able to guide you as you grow. Because there are several risks. There are cyber crimes. There are a few people you might find within even your own staff, even your own membership, whose integrity may not be 100% good, who may try to play with your monies. And that's why the issue of internal control is very important. Chair, remember, if you have over 100 members of staff, there are chances that you will have one or two people whose integrity is questionable. If you have 80,000 members in your Sacco, you can't miss 100 members who may like to play some fraud. And that's why your eyes have to remain open. You must have a department that are necessary, trying to look at those, evils, so that you are able to de-risk them. And finally, I'm happy that you are targeting to open new branches. You are targeting to increase your membership. But as you increase your members, also ensure that you are bringing on board quality members. Members whom you share same values, members whom you share the same aspirations. Don't allow anybody to come in just because you want to increase your membership, because you may bring people in, others whom you don't share the same values, who will come and their major objective ni kutafuta hiyo bilioni wameona watu Harambee wameweka. So you must put in place mechanism to vet the members whom you are onboarding in Harambee. Because I know, you know, we are people of diverse interest. And that is very critical. That's the only way we can have a sustainable Saccos. And please, I believe Harambee Sacco, together with all other Saccos, before even we came up, assist delegates, even waulize. Your membership in Harambee is about 80 million. 80,000. Can we have a quality meeting of even 10,000 members? Can 10,000 members meet, they sit, they discuss financial issues? Chairman, and I'm happy that your CEO is here, Daniel Marumbe. Whip your members. We have no any ill intention for delegates. This is a felt need in the industry. A Sacco with membership in 60 countries cannot have a meeting. Even the time difference is too big. And the role of government is just to support you, create a neighboring environment for you to run, achieve your aspiration so that we transform Kenya. Invite our principal secretary and I request you, we stand to mukaribize na makofi. Moja. Karibu. Bwana PS. Utuhutubie. Asante.
Thank you. We may have our seats. I was listening to the protocols, and I think the one who did very well was George, Chief Officer. So allow me to stand by the protocols as stated by the Chief Officer. But fellow cooperators, members of Harambee Sacco, good morning. It always feels good when we come here. Because, Chairman, I want to congratulate you for the leadership, for making Harambee what it is. No chairman tells me, I tell him, hey, you guys have done well. He tells me it has taken a lot of sacrifice. He tells me, ask Commissioner where I've come from. I really don't want to hear the history. I want to look at the future. Because I know it has taken a lot of effort, yes. And congratulations, members. You know, I've attended quite a little bit, many some meetings. And there's an aura, when you come to a meeting, unaangalia watu, you know, you look from the table here, you can look at the people. Unaonanga people who are disciplined. And where there is discipline, and respect to leadership, there is security, and there is maturity in the way the leadership of that Sacco is done. That is what I saw when I sit in front here. So you know, Pese Pedikelele. Let me bring you greetings from my cabinet minister, the team leader of the Ministry of Cooperatives and MSME, Honorable Wycliffe Ambeto Oparanya, who is away in Germany. He could have wished to come today, but I was not able to join us. But I will represent him, and I will do so very ably. So before I read the speech of the minister, let me also echo a few things. You know, I really work with Maloza and Marube and the team here very closely. And I know you know my relationship with Harambee Sacco is very personal to me. Si mnajua hiyo? But when we come here, and then we have come from some other meetings, some other things we did with the office, let me tell you, I feel motivated. And I feel that the hope I have for the Sacco movement, for the cooperative movement, is renewed when I come to Harambee Sacco. Those numbers are no joke. 41 billion. This is a lot of money. And I know most of you, most of the anchor staff, the anchor members of Harambee Sacco are people who work for government in one way or another. Of course, you have members who have joined after I opened the board. So I really want to tell you thank you. Thank you because of what you do. 41 billion is a lot of money. I was asking the chairman, who are the auditors? Ameniambia auditors ni wazuri. And I was telling him, we go to some circles. Wanasema wanataka kufanya tender ya auditors. They invite bids. Unakuta the topmost audit ile bid, of course the tier 1 amebid say 7 million. Unakuta mwingine amebid 1 million hapo 1.2. Wanasema now let us use the financial criteria to select an auditor. So you find some of these audited books you get from our circles, you wonder who was the auditor. And I really want to encourage Sasra. We have said, if you are tier 1 Sacco, then everything you do must be tier. Your auditors must be. I'm preaching to the converted. But also you people help us. Please help us. Ukikutana na watu wengine wa Sacco wengine, tell them what we are doing here. Tell them nyinyi mlikuwa Mombasa kufunzwa, si ndio? Sasa kama uko na delegates, uko na members 50,000, utawapeleka Mombasa kweli? How will you even communicate? And you know the way government works, as much as I appreciate the diplomacy as stated by the commissioner here, for the chairman to go and whip those cooperatives which are still resisting the circular. I think I said it, the circular was not a suggestion. It was a directive. And at the end of the deadline, Commissioner, but if you feel that responsibility, I think you also need to help the members see. So, Commissioner, we must, within the powers granted to the office by Cap 490, we need to look at the end of this deadline, what reason do we need to have those bonds in place? We dissolve them, and we ask members to give us bonds that are able to implement and obey the law, obey the directives as given. Because you cannot sit there and say members cannot obey the law. You cannot sit there and say Harambee Sacco cannot obey. There's a reason why you are registered. When you are registered, you are not registered at Cap 486. There's a reason why you are not registered at, I had a new one, limited by guarantee the other day. There's a reason why you are comply with the law. It's important so that as we go forward again, there is also respect. For those circles which are struggling, for those cooperatives struggling, they can come. For those circles which are struggling, for those cooperatives struggling, they can come. Wanasemanga wanaenda sio wapi for benchmarking ni hapa, wakuja hapa kwa nimesikia anajiita global what? Maloza be kind enough tutengenezea kasimo boardroom hapo, wanakuja hapo wanafunzwa good manners, how to do it the Harambee Sacco way. Ndio. Last week, the commissioner gave out another circular. I can direct, we're having challenges. We have challenges in this movement. But we expect money. Kuna kitu, ukipata pesa unakuwa na kashida kidogo. You want to do things. People forget it's not your money. I was told there's a Sacco, wanakuanga na contract na bonfire. And bonfire, they are my friends. Yeah. Kupeleka directors. Kufanya light duties, Singapore, Dubai. So I asked the commission, but also we need to get to know the value. Ukienda upate hiyo light duties huko Dubai, how does the member benefit? Did you? Why should the member pay for you to go and do desert drive in Dubai? Na ukikuja wewe ni yule tu, there is no value for the member. Ndio. So we asked, when you are going out, leaders, at the expense of your members, just like I do, just like Commissioner does, tell us where you are going, who is paying for it, and quantify the value that expedition will have for your members. Hapo tulifanya mbaya. Malonza akitaka kwenda nje, tamwambia, we wish him very good trip, but to ask him, how will members of Harambee Sacco benefit from this trip? Sindio? Na mimi namu encourage, I'm encouraging him, I want him. Your CEO was my classmate when we did DE. Namwambia I was very serious. Hatukuwa na no, not supposed to say some things. I was asking him, now wewe umefika wapi na project yako? His project was to plant trees. Na nimeangalia hapo kwa report ya the report. Sikuona hiyo CSR, sikuona CEO. You did not influence the board to approve CSR to support the environment. Ndio? To support this project. But I've asked the chairman to look at delegates, directors, and also employees, high potential employees, to be exposed to international leadership programs. And I can't think of a better one than the DE. In fact, chairman and directors, within 3 or 4 years, if you elected to be a director, inakuwa ni kama benefit wewe utaenda DE. So that when you stand and lead people, when you stand and talk people, you can refer to international, global standards that we see all over the world. I think we have done a little bit. I'm grateful for the last 4 years. This is my 4th year as PS for cooperatives. Imagine, time flies. And I remember the first time I came for your meeting. But I look back to where we started and where we are now. I'm very grateful. I must confess, because your colleagues, most of you in public service, I must confess, I'm surprised by how the wheel slowly turns in government affairs. Inaendanga pole pole. Tumesukuma ngurudumu ya cooperative law. Tumesukuma. The only thing I can confirm it is moving forward, but the speed. But these are how things are done. You know, must also accept the limitations when you're making decisions that affect millions and millions of people. Unajua, what I've learned, and I'm not saying that because I'm looking for the photo of my boss. Because I'm appointed, you know me, I was not elected. I don't have the privilege you guys have of being elected. We elected the president, then the president selected me. So everything I have is a derivative from the office of president. The Ruanga City notice. But I can tell you from this job I have, I realized in the good book, in the book of Galatians, let us pray, but more so we pray for our leaders. You know, you also leaders. Let us pray and more so pray for our leaders, because it is not easy. It is not easy for the job MacLeod Malonza does to be the chairman of this Harambee Sacco. It is not easy, because there are many conflicting, competing interests, and he has a responsibility to hold them both together and to hold your delegates together, so that when we come here, atusikie sauti kwa kona. And we see that, George, Mama County, we see that. Tunaendaga board, tunasikia vitu watu wanasema maneno huko. But when you come here, this calmness is because of the leadership of this chairman and these directors. Pray for us that also when the President of the Republic of Kenya stands to speak, he has the benefit of the calmness I'm having in this meeting, because it is not easy. You know, we may have divergent political opinions, which is a benefit which democracy gives us. Sometimes in economics they call it buyer's remorse. Sometimes you do something you regret much later. But we have a constitutional duty to make sure that we don't take these dividends of peace for granted. To have a country that you are saying you are going to open a branch in Meru, all these places. I was in Mandera last month. I was in Wanjil last month. You appreciate how vast this country is, but also how divergent our needs are. And there is one president who is supposed to make sure that each and every part of this country develops. We go together as one country, as Kenya. I'm speaking to you because I know, as I said, most of you are public servants or former public servants, people in our security system. Pray that the president is able to lead us, to lead this country, so that as we move towards 50 billion, I've told the chairman the target is 15 billion. Because hapa nyuma kuna Unitas, hapa nyuma kuna Tower, they are coming very fast. What it means that you must grow at a rate faster than them, so that you can catch on number 3 as also and protect your position as number 4. But for you to do that, we need the kind, peace. The environment must be conducive, that we have a working public service, we have a functional constitutional democracy, and for that it takes some of the things we take for granted. Allow me now to read the speech of the Cabinet Minister, Honorable Dr. Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, Omwami himself. Distinguished delegates, directors, the chairman, invited guests, it gives me great pleasure to join you today at this 55th annual general meeting of the Harambee DT Sacco. Allow me from the onset to convey warm greetings from the ministry to the cooperative movement and commend the leadership, management, and members of this Sacco for your unwavering support and commitment to strengthening the cooperative sector in Kenya. So you know Harambee Sacco is the first Sacco to be formed in Kenya. And from this Sacco, we have those many Saccos in this country. So I want to say thank you for being a responsible firstborn. The cooperative movement remains one of the most powerful vehicles for inclusive economic empowerment in our country. Through the Sacco movement, billions of Kenyans are able to save, access affordable credit, invest, and improve their livelihoods. As a member-owned institutions, Saccos provide affordable financial solutions, foster a sense of belonging and financial stability, financial literacy, and business development through educating members on economic opportunities and financial growth. Saccos support their members in overcoming financial challenges, fostering resilience in time of economic uncertainty. As government, we continue to prioritize policy and regulatory reforms aimed at strengthening governance, enhancing transparency, and safeguarding members' funds across the sector. Saccos have enhanced wealth creation and financial security through encouraging long-term savings and investment for a long time in this country. In this regards, we are particularly keen on strengthening governance structures within the cooperative institutions. Good governance is a foundation upon which sustainable and resilient Saccos are built. It ensures that members' contributions are protected, that leadership remains accountable, and that institutions continue to grow in a transparent and responsible manner. I therefore urge you, cooperative leaders and delegates who are present here today, to remain steadfast in upholding the highest standards of integrity, accountability, and professionalism in the management of members' resources. Fellow cooperators, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to commend this Sacco for a very impressive performance and continuing growth. A quick review of the figures presented indeed show a remarkable and demonstrate a strong and well-managed institution. A Sacco registered a growth, imagine, of almost 7,000 members in the last year. This is an indication of trust and confidence that members have placed on this institution. And I heard the chairman say that they are going to be target, and he's saying you will lean from the front. Even him will have target. I hope the target includes recruiting members, and not just members, but high-value members. Si members wa chairman lazima wakuwe na nguvu kama chairman. Usiniangushe chairman. Equally commendable is the Sacco's strong financial performance, with loans and advances standing at 34.27 billion, total assets at 41.29 billion, and member deposits amounting to 27.6 billion. The Sacco generated revenues of 7.2 billion and registered interest on deposit payment to members standing at 9.1% compared to 9% paid last year. Allow me to align and associate myself with the comment made by the Commissioner. We want our Saccos to compete on the interest they charge to members when they give them loans. I want to hear Saccos compete. And we are going to have a Sacco Oscars Day, I think sometimes in October, where we are going to wear black suits too, bow ties, and go and celebrate Saccos. But on that day, we will award Saccos, we will recognize Saccos that are saying we are giving our members, when you come for the main loan, we are giving you a loan at a single digit. We want members, we want Saccos. That they will be telling us, on this particular financial year, we grew our core capital, the share capital, we retain this. Because the roots at the foundation of the Sacco is the institutional capacity. And you grow it by retaining, making sure that the Sacco is not dependent on member deposit, but the Sacco at its own legs, at its own roots. That's the core capital, the share capital. Hiyo siku, I want to see Harambee Sacco there getting the award as the Sacco leading in those particular ratios. Long gone are the days when Saccos on brag we are paying dividends of 19% or 14%, when we know you are giving your members loan at 12%. We know that ecosystem is not sustainable. Long gone are the days when Saccos used to go and borrow loans so that they can come and give their members dividends, which they know the Sacco cannot generate. Your core capital stood at 14.8%, having grown from 12.9 in 2024. These are not just numbers. They represent opportunities created, businesses supported, homes built, school fees paid, and many lives transformed. Such achievements place Harambee Nditi Sacco among the leading cooperatives and Saccos, not in the country but in Africa. I challenge Harambee Nditi Sacco to remain focused and regain its rightful position as being the leading Sacco in Kenya and Africa at large. Distinguished delegates, in line with our strategic plan for the State Department for 2026-2030, in line with the strategic plan for Harambee Sacco for 2026-2030, Harambee Nditi Sacco focused on 7 key pillars to enhance performance. They include and focus on financial performance, membership growth, embraced technology and innovation, enhanced governance, and human resource to improve operational efficiency and expand and improving the branch network. I heard the chairman say how many branches you are going to open. I am confident that this will enable Harambee Nditi Sacco to achieve its very ambitious goal. This is a progressive move that aligns the Sacco with global and best practices and signals a forward-looking institution that recognizes the importance of balancing financial performance with social responsibility and environmental stewardship. Hapo kwa social responsibility, chairman, directors, and delegates, I want you guys to look at yourself in the mirror when you go home and you see the PS told you. We want to hear stories of the many orphans of the members you are supporting. We want to hear stories of how you are impacting the communities where you are coming from. If you see a big challenge in a village, can you come to Harambee Sacco with a proposal, and this Sacco is able to start with your community? Because all of us come from somewhere and our members come from somewhere. How are we impacting our communities? Hapo ndio kuna corporate social responsibility. Na wewe CEO uko na yako ya kupanda miti. Members, just think about how much money did you allocate, because you are the ones who have approved the budget. How much money did you allocate to corporate social responsibility? How are you going to impact members in this financial year? The strategic plan will enable the society to adapt proactively to ever-changing socio-economic environment and remain competitive. The plan is bold, and it's a visionary roadmap that I believe will propel Harambee Sacco to greater heights. Let us support its implementation to ensure the vision becomes reality. Together, we can secure a brighter future for the Sacco and for its members. As you continue to grow and expand your footprint, I encourage the Sacco to deepen its commitment to sustainability and responsible business practices. I really want to commend the leadership, as I said earlier, the delegates, the directors, and members here, members of the staff, for their dedication to the cooperative principles, good governance, and continuous improvement. Today, as you deliberate and make decisions that will shape the future of this institution, I encourage you to reflect on the Sacco's role in the broader society, the community. Beyond financial performance, cooperatives have a responsibility to uplift the communities within which they operate. I therefore urge you to continue strengthening your corporate social responsibility initiatives, giving back to the communities through programs that support education, environment conservation, community development, and social well-being. Such initiatives not only create positive social impact, but also reinforce the cooperative principles for concern for the community. This Sacco assets itself apart as a top financial institution. Matters technology, matters risk management, and financial innovation. This affirms this Sacco's leadership role in financial inclusion and digital transformation, making it a benchmark to many other Saccos, not only within the country, but the region and actually globally. Your efforts and immense growth have not only maintained the Sacco's legacy, but also a set a benchmark for others to follow in the sector. This is a clear demonstration of your commitment to the principles, as I had said earlier, of integrity and accountability. With 55 years of excellency, this Sacco now is well positioned for future growth. The adoption of cutting-edge technology, financial products, governance frameworks that have been set up will propel this Sacco to greater heights. I urge you members to continue supporting the Sacco by increasing, savings, your deposits, and more importantly, utilizing the financial products of this Sacco. You are the #1 marketing point of this Sacco. You refer, when people ask you, how is Harambee Sacco? How is Harambee Sacco? What do you say? What is your standard response? Be a brand ambassador of this Sacco. Refer new members to this Sacco. And importantly, patronize this Sacco. Let us all work together to strengthen this Sacco so that it continues to be a beacon for financial prosperity and cooperative success. It is noteworthy that dividends and interest on deposit to be paid solely from surpluses and retained earnings declined today. A practice that we encourage because it upholds financial sustainability. I also want to commend the board for being well capitalized Your disciplined approach to financial stewardship is exemplary and serves as a model for other institutions in the cooperative movement. As we move to the future, and as the Sacco grows, we need to embed in it the cooperative principles of cooperative principles of concern for the community, as I earlier said, our CSR. Let me talk briefly about the ministry and what we are doing. The State Department of Cooperative is undertaking a comprehensive range of reforms targeting the cooperative sector. And this, in one way or another, will affect how we do business within the cooperative movement. And more so, within the Sacco ecosystem. We are in our session paper number 4 of 2020, National Cooperative Policy, Promoting Cooperative for Socioeconomic Development, which today, I can report, is in National Assembly as a cooperative bill and ongoing mediation between the Senate and National Assembly. Importantly, it is proposing the structuring of the cooperative institutions through an establishment of 4-tier cooperative system aimed at strengthening internal regulations and ensuring a well-coordinated and efficient sector. The ministry, of course, developed that bill, and we are hopeful that our National Assembly will be able to pass that bill in agreement with our Senate. These reforms are practical and targeted. They will strengthen governance, protect deposits, and improve our financial resilience. The bill seeks, importantly, to separate the role of board management. It's providing for vetting of directors. It is proposing, this is the big one, limit of tenures of leaders in the cooperative movement, enhancing qualification requirements for directors, and also introduces sanctions and penalties for failure to refund members' deposit and expands the mandate of the cooperative tribunal, providing for strengthening of ethics and governance, including provision of procurement and disposal of assets. Fellow cooperators, the minister and the owner, together with the committee of experts he had appointed, to present to the president the report on the transformation of SACCOs in this country. The landmark report marks a significant milestone in our collective effort to build a SACCO system that is resilient, transparent, and well-governed and fit for the future. Key recommendations in the report includes strengthening of SASRA so that it undertakes its mandate more effectively. We are modernizing its supervision and enhancing deposit protection, as well as establishing central liquidity facility, Sacco deposit guarantee fund, and shared services, a framework to enhance financial stability, operational efficiency, and sector-wide resilience. Soon, the ministry will undertake a structured stakeholder engagement through regional forums across the country to ensure that consultative and coordinated implementations of the reforms. The committee developed a comprehensive implementation framework and roadmap for the proposed reforms. They prioritize key interventions and will coordinate, as I said, the stakeholder engagement and provide advisory support on legislative, policy, and the institutional reforms as recommended by the report. To operationalize these reforms, we are in the process of constituting a committee to oversee the implementation of the committee of experts report, with a view of really transforming the Sacco sector in this republic. And as a matter of fact, Africa is waiting to see how we are going to do this report, how we are going to implement this report, so that countries, I know countries like Uganda have already reached out. They are waiting so that they can copy from what you are going to do. In conclusion, Let me reiterate the government's commitment to continue supporting the cooperative sector through sound policy frameworks, strong regulatory oversight, and capacity building initiative. We will continue working closely with stakeholders to ensure that the SACCOs remain stable, transparent, and responsive to the needs of their members. Let me once again and truly congratulate the chairman, the board, delegates, and members of the management of Harambee Sacco for the tremendous progress we have made and we have achieved. Your success is a clear demonstration of what can be accomplished through unity, prudent management, and strong governance. As I sit down, I want to wish you very fruitful, peaceful, and respectful deliberations on as you charter your way forward, the next phase for growth for this great institution. Long live Harambee Sacco. Long live the great country, the Republic of Kenya. May God bless you.
Thank you, our chief guest, PS. I will just request you just walk where George, the CEO is, so that we can award some people here who have been doing us very good, the supportive team. Just a short ceremony, then we move to a vote of thanks from Fred Shigoli. So Frida, can I have the list of the awardees? Vice, go down with you.
As you read, the ones that have ticks should be in the room except Masengeli. So we are
Atachukuliwa, Masengeli atachukuliwa.
But all the others that don't have a tick, I have the certificates here, recognize them, but they don't pick the certificate.
Okay. All right. I want to start with the highest savers in deposit, the 3 of them. And this year, number 1 is Mrs. Joyce Kirigo Gishomo from State Department for Roads. Joyce? Where is Joyce? Joyce Yakopi? Joyce? She's a delegate even. Yes, she is. Yeah, she is. Okay, we go to the next one, and I will ask Afandelo Mwatu to pick for Mr. DIG Gilbert Masengeli. Is the second in savings, the 2025. The third one is not with us, but is Ranson Lamadon Richard, the GSU Commandant, and the certificate will be delivered. Then number 2, we go to the next category. We go to long-serving delegates. We'll start with the Bernard Kaiga Kamau from Muranga. Followed by Mohamed Rashid Abdallah. And then Kenneth Kirigoti from Baringo. Rashid is from Kilifi. And the other token which we have, the board decided that any cash award is going to be added into their deposit because we are promoting saving. So there's an award which has gone to, where is Kirogothi? Karibu, correct. Then followed by highest monthly saver. That again goes to Ranson Lamodown Richard from GSU. He's not with that, but the certificate will be delivered. And we have also Jacinda Mweni
Matilu from Vocation and Technical Training. He's already picked his award. Then we have youngest highest saver this time. And we have Martin Musili from KDF. We have Miriam Jerry Kaenya, housing. Then we go to highest deposit contribution in the year. We have Joyce again, she's not in. And then we have Gilbert Lomwatu again, go and pick for Afande Gilbert Masengeli. Then we go to highest saver, cumulative, share capital, male and female. This one goes to Thomas Ruto Kipto from KDF. And then the next one is Nora Jemtai Kalia from SME. This is from your State Department for SME, PS. But she's not in here today. Then we have also a delegate who has recruited the highest number of members. And this time goes to Justus Juma Katukulu from KDF, 129 members. Followed by Mr. Kipsang Matui from Administration Police, West Pokot. Oh, Trans Nzoia. Then after Matui, we'll go to the delegate of Sepapa region. We'll start with the South Rift. Kipto, don't go, come back. South Rift, we have Thomas Ruto Kipto. Come back. Nairobi, we have Gilbert Masengeli, Lomwatu again. Nyanza, we have Titus Onyango Kore. Titus. Central, we have Ismail Isaac Ahmed from Kiambu County. Ismail, the chairman of Kiambu County, where? Ismail. North Rift, we have Dr. Michael Onyango. Where's Michael? Michael from case, okay. We have, this time we have Abdullah S. Ahmed from Garissa. Abdullah? It's not around. Abdullah, you can pick for him. Then Eastern, we have Davis Lomwatu. You can now pick yours. You can pick yours now. And then in Western, we have Lynette Masis Itzich. Lynette. Where is Lynette? Yes, we are very proud of you. Come. And then when we go to delegate top saver nationally, we have Thomas Ruto Kipto. Yeah, the Lynette. That amechukua hiyo kikombe mara mingi. Western, you don't feel challenged by Lynette? Western, yeah. Naftali, how we see Lynette? So thank you, PS, for that. Thank you. So Fred, you can come in and.
Thank you very much, our National Chairman, Harambee Deposit Taking Sacco, for the great privilege and honor to be the one to move this vote of thanks during this auspicious occasion of the 55th annual delegates meeting right here at the Safari Park Hotel. Our chief guest for today, Mr. Patrick Kilemi, representing our CS, who was supposed to be our chief guest, CS State Department for Cooperatives and SMEs, Mr. Wycliffe Ambezo Paranya, all the protocols and all the directors, Harambee Sacco present, the director, Nairobi County cooperatives, Madam Aremo, who is seated right with us here, and the staff who are with you, accompanying you. Our Commissioner for Cooperatives, Mr. Obonyo, who has been with us and worked with us on this journey and is here with us. Our CEO, GG, Mr. Dr. George Ochiri, and all the senior staff and all the delegates here, together with our members whom we present from the grassroots. Good afternoon. Good afternoon again. Yeah, my name is Fred Shigoli. I'm the chairman, Mombasa branch, and by extension, I'm the leader of the coast delegates. I usually whip them, and we have a lot of unity. First of all, my task is to give a vote of thanks, and I would like to start by saying that our chief guest, PS Sir Patrick Kilemi, we take great cognizance of the confidence that you and the Ministry of State Department and even the government at large, the confidence you've instilled in Harambee Sacco over the years and over the growth that we've been able to achieve. I'm very certain that had the government not given Harambee Sacco and the management under the leadership of Mr. MacLeod Malonza, we would not be where we are. I've been a delegate for quite some time, and I joined Harambee in 1988 as a young person, and I've seen the growth, I've seen the tremendous achievements that have been achieved. Our chief guest director, our principal secretary, I would like to state that most of this growth you've seen and the upward trajectory of Harambee Sacco and what we have been able to achieve is attributed to the prudent leadership that has been put in place, as you stated in your speech, by Mr. MacLeod Malonzo, who has been our national chairman, and who has been steering this ship to where it is. Growing our asset base from what it was in 2001 at 3 billion up to 41.2, and a projection and target of 50 billion and even to 100 billion by the year 2030, it has taken a lot of hard work. Most of it, I would like to attribute it to our valued national chairman and the CEO. Most of it has been because most of these good and impeccable results that you see as posting on the balance sheet have been achieved because of recruitment of competent, efficient, and staff of integrity. But PS, most of this staff you've seen here, the ones who are being paraded by our CEO, they've put in a lot of hard work. They've made sure that things are done correctly, and they have turned around our Sacco that was very turbulent, that our members didn't have confidence in, to where it is now. So as we celebrate the growth of Harambee, I would like to thank, first of all, as I finish, the government of Kenya under the ministry, the State Department for Cooperatives and SME, the Commissioner of Cooperatives, the CEO and the staff, all the members of staff who have done a good job, our very able delegates who are all seated here. Can you wave at me, delegates? When it appears these gentlemen were in Mombasa during the training, not very long time ago, and you can see they are not tired because the training program that was rolled out to enhance the efficiency of the delegates. You can see them here. When it appears, like you've said, we want to thank the government for embracing the delegate system in the cooperative movement, because this particular system has enhanced our governance, and we are able to reach out to members, because gathering, like you said, 80,000 members for an annual general meeting is just impracticable. Even if you break them into groups, it would not be physically possible. So thank you for the confidence that you have in the delegate system. Also, I would really like to thank our members out there in the grassroots, because despite the diminishing resources and the hard economic times, they continue to ensure that they pump in money to ensure that our asset base continues to grow and ensure that Harambee continues to grow to the highest level. Our peers, please pass our regards as you go back to our Cabinet Secretary, Mr. Wycliffe Ambezo Paranya, who is in himself a prudent financial manager, and also tell him that we are working very hard as a Sacco towards, under the leadership of our chairman, to achieve what we have achieved. And then also I would like to state that continuity has helped us to grow to where we are. So thank you very much. I would like all of us to be upstanding so that we can give a standing ovation to our board and our peers for finding time from his very busy schedule to come and be with us here, because it's no mean achievement. He would have chosen, even after being sent by his boss, the CS, to go elsewhere, but he chose to be with us. But peers, we are great to be associated with you. You've been with us over the years. I've seen you come to our meetings, and we have really tapped and benefited from your values and even the greatness. Your speech that you read for us has highlighted a lot of things that if we continue to adhere to them, the Sacco is going to grow to great heights. So without tengenezeni mikono, tupige makofi ya kilo to appreciate all of us, right from our president, the peers, the cabinet secretary, the peers, the directors, all the senior staff, all the stakeholders, auditors, our external auditors, our internal, everybody, including the delegates and even our members in the grassroots. Moja, mbili, tatu, funga, fungua. Thank you, our peers, and may God continue to bless you and bless all of you as we deliberate and then finish. And as you travel, may God take you back safely to your destinations. Asanteni, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred. And now we want to give a present to our peers. Makofi endelee. Elias, where are you? Okay. Thank you, peers. And then delegates, we can go for a health break. We take a cup of tea, then we come back to continue with our business.
George.